What is up? I am Lance and welcome back. Today we are checking out a bunch of gossip going on about Pedro Pascal recently. Talking about how Pedro Pascal has a new man and he's finally coming out without telling us but showing us basically. So I saw this video by Sydney Watson. The title is called Even the Leftist Has Turned on Pedro Pascal. The left have turned on. They really loved him. They called him Zaddy. He's the new masculinity. He's non-toxic. So, you know, now he's with a gentleman. What is the problem? I wondered quietly to myself. Let's get right into it. I'll leave the link for Sydney Watson. Let's get right into it and let's see what's going on with Pedro. I don't understand. I just don't understand. Every time I get on camera, my nose wants to start watering. Y'all gonna start thinking I'm a maniac on the floor. What? Girl, I just missed something.
Hi, my name is Sydney. Welcome back to hell. And welcome to March.
Ooh, are you Australian? I recognize that. Oh, she's an Aussie. Okay, I love an Australian accent. Let's go.
Editing Sydney from the future here, my little baby birds. I do not know what this piece of hair is doing. I obviously didn't notice it while I was filming either, but it's bothering me. So if it's bothering you too, let me just point it out, and then hopefully you won't fixate on it. You know, it's one of these situations where if I say, hey, this is the thing you didn't notice, maybe now you're just gonna look at it the whole time and be distracted. So I'm sorry if that's the case. All right, let's continue. It actually on.
Girl, I feel you on that one. There was a time when this mustache wants to do other things. There's one video I did that this one piece of hair on this mustache was sticking right up. And it bothered the shit out of me. I was just like, that's all I could focus on when I was like editing. I was just like, should I say something like post-editing or something of this? Because this is driving me crazy. It's going to drive other people crazy, but no one commented on it. I get it. I don't recognize it. That doesn't... static, but I feel you on that one.
Because all of you apparently enjoy when I talk about celebrities and the many stupid goings on with relation to them, I am going to do that once again to satisfy your gossipy little urges.
And what
better story to tell than one that concerns the king of creepiness himself, Pedro Pascal. We don't like him on this channel. If you are new here, I do not like Pedro Pascal, despite how much social media and entertainment companies try to push him on all of us as some sort of masculine figure. I think not.
I am your cool slutty daddy.
But daddy is a state of mind, you know what I'm saying? I'm your daddy.
I just need him to stop talking. We have been told time and again how he's this masculine icon that we've all been dreaming about, but in reality, he just gives me the ick. And apparently, he gives...
I've reacted to Pedro in the past. I've reacted to that, actually, the lie detector, we reacted to that. I enjoyed that, it was cute. When I got turned off by Pedro is when Hollywood just put him in everything. There's a thing called overexposure, people. Hollywood, when have you not learned after all these years in certain actors that you put so much, you oversaturate an actor and then people get so sick of them. And then you wonder why, and then the poor actor who's just trying to like make some money, their life is kind of ruined toward the end because people are just so sick of looking at it. And this is what happened with Pedro with me. I saw him in so much stuff, ads, this, that, and everything I turn around, I just saw his mug. And then he started talking about, getting the political stuff. And I was like, okay, enough of all that. Just do your craft and shut the hell up. I don't know why celebrities always want to add their 2 cents. I don't know why they always want to do that. The public doesn't want to give a shit about what your politics are. We give a shit if you sing, dance, act, perform in plays, pick your nose and eat it, whatever you do to entertain us. Just do that and shut the hell up. Let the politicians do that. Let those stupid activists with the nose rings and the purple hair. Do that shit.
He went super viral not too long ago due to his constant touching of his female co-stars. This actually started a couple years ago at a nerd event where he grabbed the hand of a female colleague reportedly because he was anxious. This whole joke kind of took on a life of its own recently when people started making a ton of memes about how when Pedro Pascal is anxious, he's got to grab a nearby lady. When I'm anxious, I grab...
Oh, a cute little baby. Oh, beautiful dog.
When I'm anxious, I typically grab one of my dogs. Yes,
what a
dude.
cute.
Oh God. Okay. All right. Okay, you can go. Or
Beautiful.
a box of wine.
Oh, a box of wine. I hate it. That dog is. Did you see the coat on that beautiful colored dog? It's like almost like a copper color. God, that's a beautiful dog. You do good job maintaining that hair on that dog. That's a long haired dog too. Girl, let's go. Let's want to talk about wine. Let's talk about wine. What did you say about wine?
A box of wine.
Yeah.
Don't even bother with those bottles anymore. That is a joke. I basically stopped drinking alcohol like last May. So clap for me. Not as a sobriety thing. As like it tastes like disappointment and expensive thing. But our lovely friend, Pedro Pascal, is back in the news because he has finally very much upset the left. And he is possibly no longer their darling. And this came about because he was recently seen out on several occasions with a man called Rafael Olara. You guys know I'm terrible with names.
Let's pause. Okay. He's kind of cute. Okay. The hair's kind of wild to me, but that's fine. Whatever. Was he a Laszlo or whatever his name is? He's like, what, Spanish or European or something like that? So, you know, I can okay the hair if you're American white guy, no. But if you're like a European or Spanish or something like that, I can okay that hairstyle. I'm very particular. Yeah, touchiness. Pedro. So why you all love the gays on the left? So what the fuck is going on now? Is it because you guys finally realize he is gay and you ladies can't have sex with him now? He might be just bi, girl. Importantly,
not to be confused with a soccer player or a football player if you're from the Islamic Republic of England. Olara, sorry if I'm butchering this, is an art director from Argentina, if you happen to care, and if you don't, well, now you know anyway.
He's cute.
First, they were seen together towards the end of February, looking all cuddly in what seems to be, I guess, like a movie theater.
That is cuddly,
then again, they were seen walking together, then again at a fancy restaurant. The touching and the walking and the whatever, you get the picture. And in these photos, they often look pretty cozy, which has led to people saying that they're likely in a relationship, given that Olara is absolutely out and very gay. And people have long speculated that Pedro Pascal...
Confirmed without even have to say anything. I mean, if he's out... Yeah. Now, if he said he was like married before and he's just single, straight guy, and I don't know any of my straight guys who do shit like that. Kiss, even if someone's sad, they don't kiss each other on the shoulder and like practically hold hands and shit.
Himself was gay, and apparently this was obvious to everybody else.
Are people confused or surprised by Pedro Pascal's very, very obvious queerness?
I will say here,
why queerness, gayness? This
never occurred to me. Possibly due to a very, very broken gaydar. It reminds me of the time many, many moons ago that I once gave my phone number to a very gay man. But I didn't know. Apparently, I was the only one who didn't know. He was still very polite about it, but, you know, it doesn't stop the crushing embarrassment.
I didn't know! I'm the only person, okay?
I guess I've just always thought that he was super effeminate, but every time I've tweeted about this, gay men have gotten in my comments and been like, really, Sydney? Really? You really don't see this? He obviously enjoys man pickle to some extent. So whatever, you know, I'm prepared to be wrong. I'm not terribly invested in what kind of anatomy this man prefers. Kyla's singing us the song of her people. So anyway, due to these new rumors that Pedro Pascal has a fun love interest, some very funny things have started to happen. The biggest and funniest is that Pedro Pascal's fans have become very upset with this, and a Pedro Pascal fan page has shut down due to Pedro's new boyfriend, Rafael Olara, somehow being tied to Zionism. Or the Jews. I don't know. It's unclear. Before going offline, the account posted a message, which is written in noodles, that said, well, as you probably already know, Pedro is supposedly dating a Zionist, and to top it all off, he went to dinner with Lux. This is probably a weird translation. I guess it's meant to say that he went to dinner at Lux, which is a restaurant that apparently donates money to Israel. Yes, a man who has always shown support for Palestine and hosted a benefit concert, someone we have always loved and admired for his character and activism, is
bunch of commies everywhere. God damn it, dude. Jesus Christ for Palestine.
Now on a wave of hypocrisy. The Noodle post goes on to say, that being said, we want to make it clear that we, the admins, do not agree with everything that is happening and will not tolerate this type of behavior. As a fan page and not a cult, we don't have the mental health to continue with the collection for now, and that's why we are going on hiatus. Ah yes, shutting down over the mere suggestion that someone that they love may or may not have the exact same ideological positions as them. But no, they are definitely not a cult. No cults here. In the account's Twitter bio, it says that it is the largest and best collection of memes and curiosities from the world's first hot Chilean, Pedro Pascal. Wow, that's I don't know if they mean it that way, but that's not very nice. In my travels of the internet, I found several other fan pages shutting down for this exact same reason.
Are you serious?
Like this TikTok account, for example, with 20,000 followers, which posted a video and the following caption. I just wanted to do a post and say, I'm gonna stop editing Pedro himself until all this is addressed. I'm happy for him, but I feel like him being the activist he is, then going and dating a Zionist, really speaks a lot about his character. And one of the reasons I was a fan of his was because of how he spoke out so freely, and until he addresses it, I really don't feel the want or need to continue editing him himself. This English is not great. Let's do better. Now, I personally think this is really funny.
With the dumbing down of America's education and hearing that Gen Z can't even read and write, I'm not surprised, to be honest with you. You know, Zoomers, it's probably a Zoomer. That's the reason why they can't fucking know how to structure a sentence or shit.
Albeit a little sad, because it really does show that as far as progressivism goes, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. And it's definitely become a very sad, sobering theme here, that if you don't align with these people 100% of the way, you are not allowed to be in their club. No club access for you.
Nope.
Hence why we have so many disaffected liberals crying in the shower every night. They definitely put the oh no in politically homeless. This Pedro Pascal situation is even funnier when you consider that he was their lord and savior until 5 minutes ago, because he made all the right noises and did all of the right things. He supported LGBT causes, and particularly the Q+ side of that. His sibling is a trans-identified male who he apparently loves and supports and is very vocal about. He picked a fight with J.K. Rowling over her stance on trans issues and called her some mean names. He has complained about ICE. He has been very vocal in his support for Palestine, which leftists, of course, have celebrated and continue to celebrate since they found out.
Pedro Pascal officially posted about a ceasefire on his Instagram page. Late in the game, yeah, for sure, but he was like the most famous actor last year, so I think it's really good, and free Palestine.
People on Reddit were even excited because he posted a photo with actress May, I haven't said this last name out loud, Calamawy. Oh my god, this sounds a little bit like a person with a speech impediment trying to say the word calamari. Oh my god, stop! Anyway, he posted a picture with this lady while she wore a keffiyeh after her role in Gladiator 2 was reportedly cut. This post writes, Pedro is one of us, with the commie watermelon symbol. Okay. He also quite literally just spoke at a Palestinian Sudanese relief event in Los Angeles in January 2026.
Once you see it, it's impossible to look away. From Sudan to Palestine, from the indigenous of this country to the displaced in Al-Fasher and Rafah, all of our suffering is connected.
The point being, leftists really identify with him, and they think that he identifies with them right on back. I mean, if that's because all of you are gay, then yes, probably. Gay is in the 90s version, not the same-sex attracted one. But I guess that works fine too. But based on the comments that I have seen online, and honestly on Twitter exclusively, they have been really vile. Like, they have been not good, not nice, not even in the way that we make fun of him. It's like these people are, it's a different level of
disgusting,
of unkindness. Anyway, based on those
surprised.
comments and also the videos that I found online too, it really goes to show that it just doesn't take a whole lot to get these people to flip on you. What's more hilarious, at least to me, is that when I tried to find out why precisely they believe this alleged boyfriend is a Zionist, I couldn't find anything. The guy doesn't make insane political posts on social media. I guess the water was cold that day. Or male nipples always like this. I don't know. Anyway, apparently their issue is that he works for a luxury hotel brand that hosts or maybe even participates in charity galas and events or donations that support pro-Israel causes. And apparently this makes Olara himself complicit in working with Israel.
Oh my god.
He also apparently follows
he's a guilty by association. Get the fuck out of here. And I don't understand this whole new thing about hating the Jews all of a sudden. It's all this whole new thing about hating the Jews all of a sudden. Didn't they get enough bullshit during the fucking Germans and shit? You want to start fucking doing some more bullshit again? Okay. Go figure that one out.
Pro-Israel account on Instagram.
And let me tell you something. Israel is supportive of the gays. Palestine is not. Let's not forget that. Israel supports the gays. They don't fucking throw them off roofs like in Palestine and in that area, in Iran and shit like that. Like, get the fuck out of here with their bullshit. Fucking retards.
What a crime. I will bet you basically anything that Olara probably doesn't have an opinion on any of this, and if he does, he keeps it quiet because he's
Like he
not an
should.
online schizophrenic. But more than that, and this will probably not surprise a ton of you, this isn't even the first time that people have attacked Pedro Pascal over his alleged ties to Zionism. In 2024, they were popping off because he was cast in The Last of Us show, and Neil Druckmann is an Israeli American. I didn't actually know that until making this video, but apparently he was born in Israel, so that's interesting. Anyway, Druckmann had made comments about how the cycle of violence shown in the show somewhat mirrors the Israeli-Palestinian conflict.
However, some fans remain suspicious of Pascal's past actions, including his involvement in projects perceived as promoting Zionist ideology. Pascal appeared in the HBO show The Last of Us, a show created by Zionist Israeli Neil Druckmann, who's talked about basing the show's themes on the Israeli occupation of Palestine. In January, a fan said, if Pedro Pascal acts...
This is news to me. I didn't hear anything about them talk about him, Druckmann. The reason why I don't like Druckmann is because he wants to put gender identity politics in fucking the season 2. So that's my biggest gripe with Druckmann, and he's an idiot. But as far as him being a Zionist, I didn't know about all that. I really don't give a shit either.
Actually was pro-Palestine, he wouldn't have agreed to be in The Last of Us. Additionally, Pascal's association with individuals like Gal Gadot, who have spoken out in support of Israel, further fuels doubts about his pro-Palestinian stance. Wonder Woman 1984, starring Pedro Pascal, has been criticized on social media as Zionist propaganda and anti-Arab.
I don't know how I missed this. I had no idea that parts of the internet believe that The Last of Us is Israeli propaganda.
I didn't know that either.
The more you know.
Yeah.
They've attacked him for his friendship with Gal Gadot, and that's how you say it. I have listened to her say her own name. Do not come at me. They've also attacked him for participating at events that are apparently and allegedly somehow tied to Israel, or like I mentioned before, going to a restaurant that apparently is also tied to Israel.
Oh my God.
These people are insane.
Yeah,
for me personally,
insane.
I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I don't understand the desire to disassociate and throw people under the bus who don't think like you do 100%. I understand what guides that, although I don't agree with it. I get why these people do it. I don't sanction it, but I get it. But I think where a lot of these leftists and progressive, the lines that they're drawing in the sand, they're sort of insane. Not even sort of. It's madness.
Yeah.
Like coming at somebody because their maybe or maybe not boyfriend may or may not viscerally hate the same country as you do for the same reasons it's schizophrenic behavior.
Yeah.
Truly it is. Pedro Pascal, the guy leftists crowned as their perfect progressive icon, gets linked to a man whose only crime is working for a luxury brand that may or may not have done some events linked to Israel or followed an account that he isn't allowed to follow, and he gets amplified into not only a full-blown scandal, but one that causes some of these people to actually have a mental breakdown.
I know for a fact your fans are a thing in itself. I mean, have you seen that fandomania grow for yourself over the last couple of years?
I love TikTok.
Yeah.
People are currently very upset at Pedro Pascal after it appears he now has a boyfriend.
Modern leftists are great at this type of purity testing, and it's become more and more popular as social media has created these creepy little ideological enclaves. So it's not terribly surprising that the current leftist agenda demands total and complete ideological alignment. If you deviate even slightly, if you don't check every ideological box, then you're out, you're not allowed to be part of the club, you gotta go sit outside. And honestly, while this might be funny to you and me, because many of us here are totally capable of disagreeing and still being pals. I mean, like most of my friends, I would say, none of us align completely ideologically, and it would be boring if we did, let's be real.
Exactly. I have lots of friends that are conservative and liberal. And we can all get along because we don't agree on shit, but we still respect each other and we still like each other for who we are, not for what we have opinions on. Energy into a celebrity. That's the reason why back in my 20s, I can't really fault young people who want to look towards celebrities as like, you know, when you're young, you kind of look for someone you can look up to, a mentor or something. And I get that because when I was in my teens, my 20s, I always kind of looked up to certain celebrities I could be like this one day, or I like how with their stances on this and stuff like that. After so many years and seeing some of these celebrities, you kind of see how kind of actors and actresses are not always the most stable people in the world.
But I think the reason why the current progressive way of handling all of this is a problem is because it fundamentally lacks nuance, and as all of you probably know, life is nuanced. It also lacks the acknowledgement that people can hold complex, multifaceted views. I admit that I sometimes participate in the black and white thinking only on a handful of issues because I think that they're very clearly right and wrong. But generally speaking, black and white thinking, at least in my opinion, is so deeply unhelpful. I don't know how to articulate this succinctly, but I really don't have a problem with people criticizing or throwing stones at foreign governments or our own governments. I think that is very normal if you're an engaged citizen, both globally and also domestically. But the totally absurd response from the left with anything to do with Israel or this weird sort of misrepresentation of Zionism that they go on with, you know, where they say this is Zionism and that's Zionism. It's like Oprah, you get a Zionism, you get a Zionism. I think you just get to the point where it's like this is not rational and this is not grounded in reality. I don't want to get into it too deeply, and I don't even think this is the video to do that if I were ever going to, but I find it incredibly corrosive and I find it annoying. I find it annoying that this is the thing that so many of these people obsess over. But like I mentioned, if even Pedro Pascal, of all people, with all of his activism and his doing and saying the right things, can be excommunicated over this, that really doesn't fill me with hope as far as finding a middle ground with these people. I should also note that I know, because I have seen it, that some parts of the right wing, and I don't think that it's the majority of people on the right wing, I definitely think that it's a smaller group, but some of these people do participate in this all or nothing type of thinking, and it's as unhelpful when my side my side of the aisle does it as well. If that means anything for those of you who are kind of, more centrist about these issues, I'm right there with you. But I do think that this is more of a core tenet of modern progressivism, which basically is a very narrow set of beliefs, a very narrow ideology that is militantly enforced. Stray even a little bit, whether it's on foreign policy or the gender debate or basically any issue, and you are excommunicated, you are all of the negative things, you are every ist and ism under the sun, and there's no forgiveness. I mean, ultimately, the irony for me every single time I talk about these kinds of topics is just that these are the same people who love to preach empathy and tolerance and acceptance, and yet they are consistently the most intolerant of all. And the fact of the matter is, as this situation is indicating, these people can't even apply any level of nuance even to their own side of the aisle. Pedro Pascal hasn't even confirmed anything yet, and he's still being torched. In the end, as I've described in this video, modern leftism and progressivism are both deeply, deeply unsustainable. They destroy their own, they burn their heroes, and they leave everybody and everything walking on eggshells.
But this was a pretty interesting video, Sydney Watson. I'll leave her link down below. But yeah, I'm not. It's crazy. She made a good point. He didn't even announce anything, and they're just like, because I kind of noticed that on TikTok too. A lot of people are kind of talking trash about Pedro. I'm like, this little girl. I think she even showed the clip too of this one girl crying because she has a friend that he has a boy. Girl, go on freaking Tinder and get yourself a man. Girl, what is wrong with you? Get up and fucking get yourself a man. What is wrong with you? Gonna cry in your sheets because he found out you didn't. Y'all need to get yourself together. I don't know. I have celebrity crushes too, but I just don't go all mile. I don't go, cry in my suit when I find out they're dating someone, and they're gonna attack this man for being this. See, these are all just. That's all I hear anymore. They just want to throw like these buzzwords. It's always with the buzz. I call them buzzwords. Zionists, because that's all they. It's like they're parakeets. There's a Zionist. Amongst other things, they always want to say, "You're transphobic." It's like a freaking bird, a parrot trying to. They have no really argument. They just throw out buzzwords and they say it loud. Things they can scare people off, shut them down just because you. Oh, I'm being loud, so you gonna shut down, right? So I can throw buzzwords at you, but no facts, but buzzwords. Guys, I learned about an hour ago. I don't know, but. Anyway, Pedro, if you are in a relationship, good for you. He looks like he has a job, so that's a plus, and he's cute, so that's a good thing. So good for you, Pedro. Other than that, I don't give a shit what you got to say, Pedro. Honestly, I think he gets paid for whatever he has to say. I don't know. I don't really have high standards on celebrities much anymore. So. To me, I think he gets fed whatever, hey, here's some money. Can you say this on the teleprompter? Everyone, we love that. Sure, okay. I'm Pedro Pascal. Of course I will. He's an actor. So, other than that, I'm just glad I haven't seen Pedro in a while. I haven't seen him on my feed in a few months. So it's been nice. It's kind of get off the kind of like oversaturation of Pedro. Because last year was just like, all I saw was Pedro. I was like, I'm so sick of you, girl. Girl, go. When are you? You don't have to take every fucking role that they give you, girl. Come on, Jesus Christ, give us a break. Ugh. Take a few months off so we can at least appreciate when we see you again and stop talking so much shit. But anyway, let me know what you thought about this. I thought this was kind of interesting. It's kind of ridiculous. Why are they going to attack this man for? Let this man fucking have a relationship. Jesus Christ. Go out and Tinder date. Finger blast yourself. Do something. Go touch some grass. Anyway, let me know in the comments. And anyway, these videos are just kind of like lighthearted in my opinion. Whatever it is. So this is just gossip. It's like she said, it's gossip. But I enjoyed her. I always enjoy a good Aussie. So let me know what you thought in the comments. And yeah, take care of yourself. Take care of your love. Peace and great.